Yo, what's up? It's Jeremy and I'm back. It's 2020. I've been away for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm on holidays. You know how it is. Christmas, New Year's. Got to be with family. We ate a lot of food, put on a few pounds, but it's all right. Been going back to the gym, so it's all sweet. But yeah, this is going to be the first video of 2020. Sorry, I've been away for a couple of weeks, but I believe everyone should, take a break. Have some fun time with your family and or friends if you don't have family with you. But yeah, so let's get stuck into it. I got inspired by Will Patterson. He did a video recently on showing his logos from 2019, client logos. So I'm going to show you 3 client logos that I did in 2019. I was going to say 2020, but yeah, 2019. And I'm just going to quickly show you through that. And hopefully this video is going to be inspiring to you. So I love doing badges and different types of logos for clients. It's not always like a logo mark or a logo type, but definitely I love doing badges and marks. That's where my strong suit is. But I do love making like custom logo types as well, which is a lot of fun because you can customize it. You can have more playing around with it, experimenting, which is totally cool. So the first one is Craft or Whiskey Society, and this was for a small business that is starting up a subscription service. So I'm just in my Illustrator file. If you can see here, I just started off with some type here, which is pretty cool, and started playing around with the letter W. As you can see here, different like lockups, and then started playing around with like the barley leaf, which is typically how it's made. Beer and whiskey and stuff is made from like barley and wheat and stuff, and then they ferment it and do all this stuff to it, which is crazy. And you can see also I've got some sketches here so you can see how that turned out. But yeah, doing different types. We went for this like circular badge effect to give it a vintage rustic feel, but trying to keep it modern with the modern typography. I used a sans serif and also played around with some serif fonts as well. So you can see here going through here. I like this one as well, but he didn't really like that one. And then you can see these are the 4 versions that I actually did in the first round, which I've kind of liked. I liked this color palette here with the gold and blue. Felt a bit more premium, which is cool. And the typography was nice. I kind of like this lockup. Just didn't go for too many elements. This one was probably the weakest one. Yeah, I just didn't like it. It didn't flow and balance well. And you can see here some of the type, it feels cramped with all the lines. So I think I should have made it more minimal. And then there was this one. I liked this one a lot. Just like the layout and the use of like an icon and the font and the colors. And then here more a sophisticated one as well with the serif font. And always remember, I put a little cup here in the actual double, which is kind of useful. Really sweet. So yeah, that was like the first round. And then you can see he did some edits. So I'm just going through the document and then started playing around with some other, fonts. Seeing where I could take the barley leaf as well, turning it into a pattern, and then started to flow and balance well. And then eventually you can see he started playing with the secondary like lockup here. Started looking really cool. And then I ended up flowing to this one, and this felt really nice. It sort of reminds me of like a Peroni beer, that Italian beer, which is cool. And yeah, the client loved it and turned out really well. And then I'll just show you with the color on it. So you can see here, this is what it ended up looking like, and I was super happy of it. And the funny enough, it was this font that I used was actually a free font, which is kind of cool. It's called Made Kenfolk, so you can check that out. But here's a secondary version as well, so they can use it as a horizontal, and then the badge would be the main one. And then you could use the icon as a favicon and something like that. So yeah, it turned out really well, looked super awesome, and it was super fun doing this project. So I'll go to the next one. This one was for a friend who works for his family company, and they do like letterbox distribution. So small businesses will pay them and they'll go distribute flyers in people's letterboxes all over Australia, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, so started off with some different fonts, different types. As you can see here, this is their original logo. There is some issues with the scalability because you can see this like icon with the post and the letter or the email there is like too big, so it's weird. It's hard to scale that. So I wanted to like minimize that and make it more simple. So I started playing around with this effect of maybe what if we use like a negative space letterbox here. So I could have sort of had this idea using negative space, and maybe what if we took that tick from the previous logo. As you can see here, it sort of looks like a tick, So I try to incorporate that here, which is kind of interesting. Then playing around with the font. The font I felt is too blocky. It should have made it more like speedily to give speed. So could have maybe skewed it or maybe added a bit of italics to it. But yeah, and then I played around with maybe what if it's like a hand holding it and putting it in. So played around with a bit of illustration here. But once again, I didn't want to go too crazy with it. And then I started playing with a simple font. I just went with the simple sans serif font, which is called Connect, which is cool. And then I started playing around like with the tagline and started taking that element from the original mark and actually placing it within the letters to see how it could work negative space. And I kind of like this thing guaranteed every time because they have like 99% guarantee to actually put it in the letterbox, which is like typically it's not common. Like it is like they do it really well amongst the competitors, which is why I felt like I needed to put that in. Then you can see how the icon could work as well. So I felt like this solution works way better. And then you can see here, started to add some colors. Obviously red and white and yellow is like Australia Post, which is like Australia's biggest postal service. So I wanted to try and avoid red. So that's why I did a complimentary blue. Looks very professional. And then did a bit of a business card mock-up there. So yeah, that's mail post. That was a little fun thing I did for my friend. This one wasn't paid. I tried to pitch the logo, but obviously he works for his parents, and his parents are the decision makers most of the time. He just does marketing. So try to help him out with this, but obviously they didn't approve. They didn't go with the idea. But anyway, the third and final one is Bulgari Hair. This was a fun little one as well. She runs a beauty brand and she wants to sell she's launching a new shampoo / styling cream for people's hair. So women with like curly hair. So it's, yeah, very feminine. They wanted it modern and timeless and stuff. So this, I'm going to show you a couple of the versions that I did. So you can see here, obviously I didn't start, or I did sketches. So if I don't know if they're here. Let me check the other one. Yeah, the sketches aren't here, but I did a lot of sketches. So you can see here, my first idea was to put out this. So it looks like a stem, and then you've got like it looks like a love heart as well. So if you flip it, you can see the love heart there, and it's all like broken into parts. So you can like see the bee, but makes it look like modern as well. And it also looks like a butterfly, which is kind of cute, which is kind of nice as well. Exploring some colors there. And then you can see working on some of this typography, some taglines, playing around there, maybe a label, what it could look like. If I just turn on white, you could see. So this looks heaps cool, very minimal. You can see I actually tried out a lot of different bees as well. So you can see all these different ones. Like I did so many symbols, playing around with all these different ones. As you can see, this was kind of an interesting idea as well. So I played around with that. Played around with some typography as well, seeing how I could use the words. Like hair was sort of a secondary word, it wasn't the primary word. And yeah, you can see here playing with this as well. That was kind of cool. This one, just trying to add little touches and flourishes there to make it like unique, make it different. Played around with like a little badge style one there. And I had this idea of this one as well, like having like a smiley face in it, but it didn't. Yeah, I felt like it didn't work, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It looks like he's wearing a hat, but yeah, that was kind of fun. Then playing around with some patterns here, like with the hair, took it from the beat and then turned it into like, looks like a hair strand sort of thing, like, and then turned into a pattern, which was nice. And then started playing around. I think this is the second version, but it's pretty similar to what I did before. So I started adding the symbol, started customizing the typography as well. How can I like customize it here? So like rounding off some of the corners there, which was kind of cool. And then the final version, so you can see all this stuff. So this is the final version here. You get the vertical and the horizontal and the marquee, which looks super cool. And then just some of the style guide stuff. But it was super cool, super handy, and yeah, that was a fun project. Loved doing that. It was awesome. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. remember to hit that subscribe button because it really helps me out. Also leave a comment as well. It helps the video get seen and just engage with it. If you also have suggestions, you know, tell me in the comments. Like, I love hearing suggestions so I can make more videos on certain stuff you want to learn, because it's way better like that way. But yeah, I hope this was helpful and cool. If you want to see more logos, let me know, and I'll chat to you soon. Take it easy.